Now, this might come as a surprise to some of you, because I know that a lot of people look at me and they think, the nice guy, the incel, the right winger. I know how I look, okay? But in reality, I am a queer, radical leftist, socialist, and I'm not an incel. I respect women, which I know is a hard concept, but I do. And realistically speaking, I have been in a lot of relationships, which comes as a surprise to most people. But I really do. I have a long history of relationships, starting all the way back when I was 16. And I'll tell the story of my first girlfriend, like maybe down the line or something. But I basically have had enough relationships to make probably like several videos. But outside of all the relationships I've been in, which most of them have been shit with like 2 exceptions, I have also had a shitload of bad dates. And I've always wanted to like see if I could make a compilation of them, because bad dates are a staple of life. Everyone has had a bad date, right? You show up and he didn't wash his hands and he's also rude to the waiter, or you get stood up. The stood up is the most common one. Or more realistically, maybe you go to their house and you watch a movie, and halfway through the movie they start trying to like suck your dick or whatever, and you're like, bitch, please, Shrek 2 is on. Can we focus? I just want to cuddle and sing the rendition of Counting Crows, Accidentally in Love. Like, why do we have to go and have sex right now, right? So everybody's had a bad date. And the thing is that bad dates are something that I feel nobody's really experienced until you've been absolutely shut down in the most embarrassing way. Now, I try to be as open as I can with people. I don't like to hide my feelings. I don't like to hide my intentions, because I hate when people do that to me. There's nothing worse than being in the talking stage, as you fucking kids call it nowadays, for 7.5 months, and then you're finally like, wow, this person has flirted with me, this person has talked about us having the horizontal bob, you know, the bound chicka wow wow, right? We've talked about the possibility of kids and marriage. I think I'm finally gonna ask him out on a date. And then they go, I'm sorry, I just think of you as a friend. Yeah, no. Friends in white wedding dresses is definitely my favorite trope. In any case, because of that, I have always been very confused when people are not open with others. So I don't really understand, like, if I go to somebody and I ask them out, I don't really understand why some people got to be like, bitch, just say no. Just say no, right? Look at me. Ready? No. I do not want to go on a date with you. Done. Right? Instead, people like to beat around the bush. They like to go, maybe, I don't know. Or, what happened to me, they'll say yes, and then they'll absolutely, completely and utterly shatter your entire reality. So I used to work at the casino. I told this story before. I used to work at a casino, and at the casino was this very, very fine woman. Okay. She was a petite little thing, Asian, long braided hair, always wore butterfly clips, and the sweetest person I've ever met. So I asked her if she wanted to go see a movie with me, and she said yes. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. So the movies, I don't know if you've been in the movies lately, but the movies are the most expensive fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay? We went to the movies, and I went to go get snacks and shit, right? It's $25 for the movie ticket. It's like $300 in your left leg for a bucket of popcorn. Some soda is like a second mortgage on your house. Like, it's legitimately like, I have never had to work 35 hours in order to pay for a single movie ticket until like 3 or 4 years ago, right? So we go to the movies, and when we show up to the movies, there are 2 guys with her. One of them I recognize as a guy from work, and the other one is apparently her cousin. Now, I am not going to sit here and pretend Like, I don't understand a woman, especially one who is, small and petite, bringing people she trusts to a date with her coworker. I don't blame you. I don't blame anybody for that because, maybe you want them to sit in the back, keep an eye, and if things go wrong, they can jump in and bail you out. So I didn't think nothing of it. Here's what happened. Here's what happened instead. We sit down and she sits next to me and the other two guys sit on the other side of her. So I was like, well, there's not going to be a lot of time for talking or hand holding or anything like that. Instead of watching the movie, she then spends the next hour and 45 minutes gushing to me about the other guy from our work that she brought to the date. And when I say gushing, I mean, aren't his eyes so pretty? Aren't his arms great? He's so tall and kind and sweet, and he treats people right, and I really, really like him. And that's when I realized, it sank in, she brought the guy she actually liked to our date!